Hello everyone, and welcome back to everyone's favorite system. It's a system that's made for people like you and me. Not made by one of those low-down, no-good big three. Of course, I'm talking about the Ouya. The system that's made by common folk. For common folk. We can relate to the Ouya in a way we just can't relate to those big corporations that make those other systems. But you know, things have been changing with the Ouya. They're saying that it's no longer going to be the case, that games have to have free demos. They're saying that perhaps the hardware is being phased out in favor of offering the Ouya as a service. But you know, there are still games on the Ouya, games we can look at, games like Fjord. Fjord is a game made by Airtight Games, who you might know of from Quantum Conundrum, the game that was it was made by one of the people who made Portal, except no one thought it was good as Portal, so let's play Fjord.
In the annals of funk, there are heroes, and there's this guy. Magnus Jones, hero, legend, unparalleled champion of funk, and, unfortunately, about to die. But like any legend, Magnus had to get down before he could get on up. He had nothing to fear from death. His valor would be rewarded at the top of the world tree. He'd be granted passage to Valhalla, the afterlife's most exclusive club. Or so he thought. That punk giant working the door kept Magnus from his rightful place in the heavens. Ruined his afterlife. Time to return the favor.
Alright, so right away you're noticing a much higher budget, let's say, than most Ouya games tend to have. Most Ouya games, of course, are small indies. Fjord actually having Oh, hold on.
Had seen their share of battles, but those were nothing compared to what Magnus had in store.
So Fjord made by a professional studio with an actual budget, and my understanding is that it is exclusive to the Ouya. Now, what kind of game is Fjord? Well, we walk around as a character, we fight. You notice those little notes on the bottom of the screen. It's an action rhythm game. We can do combos if we hit those right, and we do more damage if we do that. So we want to if we can. So Magnus, he was intended to go to Valhalla, but then his frost giant just kicked him out for no good reason, as far as we know. He's now down in the slums, at the base of the world tree. So his quest is to get back up to the top, claim his rightful place in the afterlife. Not much going on right now, though. Okay, here's an enemy. We don't actually have to. We don't actually have to get the rhythm. We can just fight with that just by slamming on the buttons, mashing. We won't do as much damage, but most of these enemies so far, not much of a threat. But of course, if we want to play the game properly, and of course we do, we should make an attempt to feel the rhythm. So Fjord, notable as you might be able to tell, due to its production values. It looks nice, looks smooth, sounds nice. The doors are stuck. Is there anything else around here? Oh, no. I saw that wrong. That door was open after all. So yeah, we have to kill all enemies in every area in order to open the door so Magnus can advance. I guess the levels have some element of non-linearity to them. We could have gone in another direction at the beginning, could have gone to the right. I chose to go to the left. So we're in different rooms than we would have been otherwise. There are adventure elements. As you can see, we're leveling up. We can get weapons, we can get items. Equip them on Magnus, become stronger. So yeah, this is Fjord. You're kind of getting the idea, I think, just from what you're seeing so far. But of course, the reason we're looking at it is because it's just an irregularity on the Ouya. And I believe I read that this is a Hot Ouya exclusive. Not supposed to come out on anything else, I suppose. Not sure if Ouya kicked in on the budget of the thing, which would make sense for why it's exclusive, considering that Ouya was doing that Free the Games campaign a while back, where they were trying to kick in money to get games made exclusively for the system. But with the hardware, apparently, well, I shouldn't say it's not supported anymore, because you can still use the Ouya. You can go on, you can look at the store, you can buy stuff, try the free games. I still do get Ouya newsletters, even though all of the news sites say the Ouya is pretty much dead. I don't know, there are still games that I see coming out on it. Still seems active, but maybe that's just an illusion. Maybe we should just analyze this and figure this out. Or we could just walk over it, take the damage, we could do that. The door's closed. It perhaps was a bad idea to come into this room. Alright, I guess we have no choice but to try to analyze this. Alright, that seems to be the time when I have to go across. There we go. So I guess this was a mistake, that going in that direction. According to the map, that door could not open. Hold on, I think I just picked up a weapon. No, that's not what I want. Let's see. I'm just hitting buttons to try to get the inventory to come up. There it is, okay. Okay, yeah, I have just an axe, basic weapon. I picked up the loner, which seems a little better. Not much. But let's equip it anyway. And yeah, this is the type of game where the armor and weapons we have will appear on our character, which is nice. I like it when games do that. Maybe we went the wrong way altogether. Seems like I just have to go back. You know, I'm going to bring up at this point, and, you know, I admire how they were, you know, trying to make something that was kind of new for this system. It's a bit different, a rhythm action game. I just maybe want to suggest that... Oh, I died. I just want to suggest that maybe the Ouya wasn't the best system for a rhythm game. Since, you know, rhythm games do require immediacy of controls, which maybe you're not getting from the Ouya controller, which is known for having a high latency. I admire the idea of making a game with some professional production values into it for the Ouya. It certainly stands out on the Ouya. Just, maybe a rhythm game is not a great idea for the system. We can calibrate the controller. Hold on. It got lower as I went on. I'm not sure if it was getting lower because I was starting to hit the button before the needle went to the button. I'm not sure if I wasn't doing it deliberately, but it might have been happening. Alright, so hopefully you can hear that and compare it for yourself. So that was the latency I got from the audio test. I don't know, maybe the game will adjust itself depending on the latency it records from the test. I don't know. But, right, so Fjord, interesting game to try out. I don't know if it's a great fit for the Ouya. And I don't think it's all that fun. Granted, I died early on, but I did get further on in an earlier try, and I don't think it's that fun. But anyway, that's Soul Fjord on the Ouya, made by Airtype Games, maker of Quantum Conundrum. You can play this on the Ouya, and I guess that's the only place you can play it for right now. Go out there and buy one. Buy an Ouya. Why not? Because this game's on it, so buy it because this game's on it. It's Soul Fjord. Maybe we should just look at what the description of Soul Fjord is. Soul Fjord is a rhythm-based action game made exclusively for your Ouya console by the team at Airtight Games that brought you Quantum Conundrum. Become the legendary champion of funk, Magnus Jones, as he sets out for revenge and fights his way to Valhalla, the hottest club in the afterlife. There's a trailer, but let's look at the art. Coming to his fjord, you'll deal with his sword. It's a nice rhyme. Time to Ragnarok. I'm not seeing any more images, though. Oh, there they are. Things are a little slow to load tonight on the old Ouya. Right, so I made it past the first level previously, and it didn't seem to change a whole lot from this. So even though I didn't make it very far in this demo, I think that's a fair representation of Soul Fjord. Next up is Concussion Boxing. I guess the objective is to try to give out the concussions while trying to avoid them ourselves. It's a 1v1 mixed martial arts fighting game. We can play against the neural network AI with 1 of 3 different playstyles. Well, why wouldn't we update it? We can download the update. Strange, it didn't actually give me the option to play it without updating it. It says in queue. I'm not downloading anything else, though. So it's just taking a while for it to come up. I like how the screenshots for Concussion Boxing have the cursor in them. Yep, like the Ouya cursor right there. Yeah, there it is. You left the cursor in the screenshots. That is some quality screenshot taking right here. You can see you can play in any one of one arenas, which is Pitch Black Abyss. You can choose from any arena as long as it is pitch black. 3 different fighters to choose from, just have slightly different coloring, and you can choose from easy or hard. It's updating. Don't you think it's not updating? It's doing it. So, suggested age is 9+. If you're at least 9 years old, you're mature enough to handle concussion boxing. Look, man, you can't rush good sports simulation video games, okay? Some good things are worth the wait, and that's why we're waiting for Concussion Boxing. It won't disappoint us. Look, you can feel the concussions already. Which one do you think we'll choose, easy or hard? The mysteries of concussion boxing. Mysteries that we'll answer soon enough. Or who would win in this matchup of exact same guy, except one has dark hair, one has light hair? Who will win? One of them will. I don't know what those two guys are doing. Maybe they're about to hug. I think that's what's about to happen there in concussion boxing. These two guys on the lookouts for low blows. On the lookouts? No, you only keep one lookout. There's no need to keep more than one, I suppose. But if both of them are keeping a lookout, then maybe that counts. Just gonna get that right on there. There we go. That's almost done updating. Man, I can't wait for some concussion boxing. I hope we don't get the concussion. Mind you, I'm not looking forward to that. It's installing it right now. Now, the guy on the left, I think, might be getting concussion, and the guy on the right, I think his arm might be breaking off from his body. You might have noticed it just told us that Concussion Boxing has completed downloading. We should enjoy it. Let's enjoy Concussion Boxing now. There we go. Getting that concussion. Okay. Concussion Boxing. This is going to live up to the wait. You'll thank me. We waited for this. Okay, the match between dark-haired and light-haired guy will now be... It'll be decided. Decided right now. Hold on. This... Okay, yeah, we can both punch and kick. So it's not just boxing, but this is all-out war. Oh, we can also headbutt, which probably is an illegal move, no matter what sport it is. We could sweep the leg. This is a pretty even matchup. You might expect it since these two guys are the same guy. I like how you can see the mysterious silhouettes of photographers in the background. Who are they? What are they taking pictures for? Where is this mysterious crowd? It doesn't seem to exist. Yet we can hear them. It doesn't look good for dark-haired guy. Well, no one said mastering the sweet science was easy. It appears we lost. Oh, no, round two. I guess rounds are determined by if you... yeah, there's no time limit. It's just... rounds work like fighting games. We get knocked out, and then we have round two. Which would explain why it's called concussion boxing. I imagine that if in real boxing, if that's how it worked, if the fight went until someone was knocked out, and then round two started, there'd be a lot more concussions in boxing, and there are a lot already. But yeah, this seems like a really effective way to get a concussion. Or maybe these two guys have had so many concussions, they can't even see the crowd anymore. Maybe there isn't a crowd. Maybe that cheering is just all in their minds. This is quite a duel. Whose stomach muscles will give out first? And it is the opponent's. I kicked him in his mighty abs over and over again, until he just could not continue. But then again, you can't really give someone a concussion by kicking them in the gut, right? So maybe I'm not playing concussion boxing correctly. Hold on. No, I think I'm the one getting a concussion. Try backing off, see what happens. He comes after us. We're so evenly matched. But my wily opponent knows the timing of concussion boxing much better than I do. I'm very disappointed that I have not been able to land a headbutt yet. I would really like to do that. And I think that's it. Yep. Oh man, I lost hard. Well, there are so many fighters to choose from. Let's choose some others. Let's see. Let's go with this guy. Alright? And the opponent, let's say, is going to be the second guy. Alright. Now for a difference in styles. The opponent is fighting without gloves. And I have gloves, and I don't seem to be too different than the first guy. That sweeping the leg is getting me every time. You know, I don't know if I agree with concussion boxing being appropriate for children 9 and up. I mean, look at these photorealistic graphics of these men pummeling each other into concussions. I think this could mess a kid up. Honestly. You gotta be careful of what you expose them to. Hold on, I might have found a strategy here. Once again, kicking to the gut is my strongest strategy, it seems. Though I think my opponent has also figured out the secret of gut kicking. We just kind of stand away from each other, slightly too far away to kick each other, and we keep kicking until someone closes the distance. So I'm just going to stand here and kick, and if you walk into my kicks, that's not my fault. That was a hard-fought round. Finally, our tactics come through. The same tactics that won us the round in the first fight. These two warriors, these gladiators of the ring, daring one another to get a little closer and walk into their foot. It's a matter of patience. That's why they call it the sweet science. It's scientific. I believe Sun Tzu coined that. I believe that there is a section in The Art of War concerning standing just far away from your opponent that he can't strike, and then you just keep kicking over and over again. Eventually he'll lose his patience and walk into it. I don't remember the exact quote, And guess what? We won hard by kicking over and over again until our opponent just could not. He couldn't keep going. He could not. He seems all right. He does. Honestly, he doesn't look hurt. I assume he could not keep going. Maybe we kicked him so hard that the shock waves went through his body, up into his head, and gave him a concussion that way. I can only assume. That is how we won. Concussion Boxing. Available on the Ouya. It's exclusive to the Ouya? I don't know, but let's say it is. Let's just guess that it is. Next up this week on the Ouya Roundup is Shuttle Rush. Shuttle Rush is not a new game. In fact, I believe I remember seeing this when I first got the Ouya. So it's been around for a while, maybe even one of the Ouya's first games. It's probably, I think, one of the Ouya's better games even now. Let's look at the description. Space Taxman Bob has punctured his suit. He's running out of oxygen. He's in a ship that want to kill the Taxman, and he has to replenish his oxygen all the time because his suit is leaking. Let's start the game. All right, Shuttle Rush, press O. Let's see. This should continue from where I left off. That was, yeah. This actually... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Return to this game, but we... Okay, level select. This is actually kind of far in. So let's just start with level 1. Get an idea what this is all about. Alright, Shuttle Rush. Our suit's leaking, we have to rush. Actually, no, this is not level 1, but I do believe that this was after... Yeah, let's just go see if I can find the first level, since there's kind of a lot going on. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, this is the actual level 1. It's a much simpler level. Alright, and there we are, running out of oxygen, so we have to rush, and there are aliens that are coming after us. They're running after Taxman Bob. They want to kill him. They want to murder him because he's collecting taxes. Trying to collect taxes on their precious bitcoins, since the IRS did recently declare bitcoins to be a commodity and therefore can be taxed. Fortunately, though, before we ran out of oxygen, we were able to get to the door, and I assume we were able to replenish our oxygen at that time. Let's go to the next level. The music does not stop. The music keeps going. Once again, okay, here's an oxygen machine, and we can use it to replenish some of our oxygen. We'll encounter these from time to time, because some of these levels we will not have enough oxygen to complete the whole thing. There's also little bonus chips or coins, whatever they are, that we can collect if we're really good at the game. But it might take extra time to do that, and maybe we don't have that extra time, you know? Maybe we don't. Do not have too much time at the end of this one. So you see what the game's all about. It's a platformer. Oh, hold on. We can unlock and unlock doors, and I have to be careful about what I press that might lock or unlock them. We have no weapons, so... alien? Just gonna have to wait for him to go away. We have no weapons, so I can't actually fight back against that alien. And that might have cost us, we'll have to see. It doesn't sound like we're gonna have enough time. Oh yeah, we are expanding in this spacesuit. We died a horrible, messy death. We exploded in the spacesuit. Just because we want these aliens to pay their rightful taxes on their bitcoins. Look, I know that you're against fiat currency and you want your currency to not be attached to any government or nationality, but you do have to pay your taxes. You can't just say, no, this money I want to use is not taxable. Even though the IRS does not think it's money. They say, no, that's not currency, that's a commodity. Even though it's not money, we tax it. Alright, we made it. So, I mean, being blocked by some enemies. So the game is actually pretty fun. It controls fine. I like the look and sound of it. I like the music, the chiptune music. Just barely made it. And this is a much larger level. Multiple ways we can go. And not much time to start with. Oh, hold on. Just barely got to that oxygen machine. Nope, we did not make it. So yeah, some levels can be like that. We've been seeing some linear levels so far, but some levels can be a lot more mazy, as you have to try to figure out where to go, and in which order. Where are the stations to unlock the doors that you need to get through. I missed that. I think I need to hit that. Yep, I needed to hit that. Let's go back to that last level that I was on. Let's take a look at that again. Whoop, did not actually mean to do that. It's $4.99, by the way, if you were wondering. Okay, I was on Supply Depot. On level 2. Alright, so this one is a lot more mazy. And a lot of enemies blocking the way. However, this level actually does have a weapon. Nope, that's the wrong way. Try that one more time, just because I did get to that oxygen machine. Alright, made it there. Now where do I go next? Alright, there's a tunnel right here. Maybe we should go down the tunnel, see what's here. Okay, there's a lock. Just unlock that. So what did that unlock? Probably will not have enough oxygen to figure out what that unlocked. Alright, looked like it unlocked whatever it was in the upper left. But I would not have had enough time to get there anyway. So that's probably enough of Shuttle Rush. It's actually a pretty good game. It's pretty fun. Looks nice, sounds nice, and I would suppose that if you do have the opportunity to try out an Ouya, which most of you will never, you never will, you won't. You'll never actually play the Ouya. I know this. If you did, maybe keep this game in mind. It's actually worth trying out. It's called Shuttle Rush. We're running out of oxygen. We have to collect the taxes on the bitcoins from the space libertarians. It's a hard job. One where you will put your life on the line. But I guess someone has to do it. Also, someone has to make games for the Ouya. That's Shuttle Rush. Lastly, this week on the Ouya Roundup is Flippy Bard. Looking at the screenshots, it seems interesting. It looks like kind of a fantasy, sorcery-looking thing. You see castles, pixel art. That looks nice. I kind of like that. Let's see more info. The bard has lived a quiet life in the kingdom. He has kept his head down and entertained the people on a rare few occasions. But times are tough for the bard, for you see, the birds no longer sing. The people must be entertained, and forsaking all he has held dear, his integrity, his honor, his happiness, he will entertain the masses of the kingdom and its corrupt leaders. And so here he is, atop the towers of the kingdom, ready to entertain the people with his minstrel song of many flips for as long as he can muster the strength. Flippy Bard is a love letter to gravity-defying, endless tower-jumping platformers, which are such a craze right now. Play as Philip, the Flippy Bard, and unlock 4 more unique characters, each with their own style of play. Gravity-defying, endless tower-jumping platformers, which are such a craze right now. I can't think of any other games that would match that description. Let's try it out anyway. Well, wasn't that strident? I mean, it's kind of NES-sounding music. NES was able to make music that did not hurt the ears, but okay. Alright, let's play. Okay, the bard is entertaining the people with his flips. Look at all these flips. Oh, the bard struck the ground and shattered his spine. He will never walk again. And how can he entertain the masses? Because if he is unable to walk, he is unable to flip. He collided with the stone edge, the parapet, most likely shattering his waist, his hip bone, once again putting the end to his flipping days. The bard, so selfless, so willing to think of others before himself. Who else would sacrifice themselves, put their bodies on the line in order to provide such entertainment for the people? And why are the castles built in this way? The story did not mention anything about towers descending from the sky, yet they seem to be very common in the world of Flippy Bard. I guess this must be some... I went up into the sky and never came down. That also counts as death. I guess this must be some kind of sorcery. All these upside-down towers coming down from the heavens. You know, seeing how difficult this is, it makes me think there must be something really great at the end. Like, you keep doing this, and it's like the same thing over and over, and then eventually, like, you get to this really great boss and this great cutscene, and it's really cinematic and amazing. Like, I imagine that's what's gonna happen if you get by enough of these. Like, I don't know, like 30 or so, something like that. I don't seem to be good enough to do that, but that has to happen, right? It can't just be this over and over again forever, because why would anyone play that? In any case, I think it might be a shame for this game to stay on the Ouya, since this is such... There's such originality here. This could be the start of a new genre entirely. But no one is really gonna know because it's stuck on the Ouya. Well, I think that's just... I think that's a shame to keep it restricted there. Well, in any case, that's it for this week in the Ouya Roundup. We looked at Fjord, the highest budget production of anything on the Ouya, it would seem. Concussion Boxing, which was a incredible struggle between warriors attempting to give each other concussions. Shuttle Rush, which was a fun runner in which we were running out of oxygen all the time, and now Flippy Bard, which is just so packed of mystery as to what the game could contain if you're able to get further in it. I guess I'll never know, though. I guess I'll never know. That's it for this week on the Ouya. Who knows if we'll do another? I don't know. I kind of thought I would be doing a few of these when I did the first Ouya video. I haven't done any of them until now. Kind of just doing this one because there wasn't anything released on Xbox Live Indie Games this past week. So, here's the Ouya! And considering what we've heard about the Ouya, I don't know how long games will be continued to be submitted to the Ouya. But as long as they are, we can see them here and experience the sort of gameplay, the sort of virtual joy that only owners of the Ouya are able to experience. We'll see more of that, I suppose. Probably. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. That's the Ouya.